நேசத்தின் நெருக்கம்.
Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Good evening, coming to you live from the National News Studio. Welcome to the news. My name is Clifford Richards.
A very good evening indeed. I'm Sharifa Tahir. Let's take a look at the headlines.
Gas and fuel prices decrease. Party reveals that an improper profit of 80 billion rupees has been earned by big onion import. Court issues an injunction order preventing Mahinda, Duminda and Lasantha's eviction from the SLFP. Sundara Nuwareliya Salalihini Vasanthaya begins. Protests against Israel Prime Minister.
Moving on to the stories in detail. Litro and Loves companies have reduced prices of gas with effect from midnight, that's today. And accordingly, the 12.5 kilogram Litro domestic gas cylinder has been reduced by 135 rupees and the Loves cylinder by 625 rupees. And accordingly, prices of both Litro and Loves gas will come to the same level. Accordingly, the price of a 12.5 kilogram domestic gas cylinder will be 4,115 rupees. 5 kilogram Litro gas cylinder has been reduced by 55 rupees to the new price of 1,652. The price of a 2.3 kilo Litro gas cylinder decreased by 23 rupees to the new price of 772 rupees. Chairman of Litro Gas Company Mudita Pere says that the company expects to further reduce the prices of gas in the future according to the price decrease in the world market. The strengthening of rupee against the US dollar is also a reason to decrease the gas prices. Although the company experienced certain losses during the past period, the company expects to provide some relief to the consumers during the festive season. The chairman expressed confidence that the prices may decrease further by June. The 5 kilogram LAF gas cylinder is now sold at 1,652 rupees with a reduction of 548 rupees. Group Chief Executive Officer of the LAF's gas company, Dr. Niroshan J. Perez, says that the country's economic situation has become positive at present. The interest rate is going down rapidly. Therefore, the company has decided to give this huge price reduction for the benefit of the consumers.
In a significant development addressing public concerns and parliamentary deliberations, President Ranil Wickremesinghe, in his capacity as the Minister of Finance, Economic Stabilization and National Policies, has taken decisive steps concerning the recent increase in staff remuneration at the Central Bank of Sri Lanka. The Independent Remuneration Committee members include Dinesh Stephen Virakodi, Arjuna Herath, Dr. Indrajit Kumaraswamy, Sudharma Karnaratna, Anthony Nihal Fonseca, Anushka Vijay Singha. He will review the contentious salary hike based on the recommendations delineated in the COPE report on CBSL salary revision. The committee's remit encompasses assessing the reasonableness of the across-the-board salary increase and proposing adjustments that are in consonance with CBSL's mandate and economic exigencies. It will compromise members from both within the outside the CBSL, ensuring a diverse spectrum of perspectives in the decision-making process. Furthermore, the committee is tasked with formulating a transparent formula for future revisions to CBSL staff remuneration, thereby fostering equity and transparency in the salary framework. The nation anticipates the findings of the Independent Remuneration Committee, poised to herald a new era of fiscal prudence and transparency within the CBSL. The COPF also recommended that a report on the same be submitted within 4 weeks and that the CBSL defer the salary increase until a mutually acceptable solution is arrived at based on the findings of the report.
The 52nd commemoration ceremony of the late Philip Gunawardena, a pioneer in the establishment of the socialist movement in Sri Lanka, took place at the Sri Lanka Foundation Institute in Colombo yesterday under the patronage of President Ranil Wickremesinghe. Well, the celebration of virtues was presided over by the Venerable Dr. Ittapani Dhammalankara Arunayakathera, the Chancellor of the University of Sri Jawaharlal and the Chief Prelate of the Kotte Sri Kalyani Samagri Dhamma Mahasangha Sabha of the Siam Mahanikaya. Professor Ranil Senanayake, an ecosystem scientist, delivered the keynote speech titled Environment and Development. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena, Speaker Mahinda Apabewardena, several ministers and parliamentarians, former Presidents Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumartunga and Mahinda Rajapaksa, former Speaker Karu Jayasuriya, scholars, ambassadors, high commissioners, government officials and other distinguished guests graced the occasion. Also in attendance were a group of individuals and family members of the late Philip Gunawardena.
Ceylon Petroleum Corporation has revised its fuel prices since last midnight. Lanka IOC and Sinopec companies have also revised their prices in line with the CPETCO prices. Lanka Super Diesel Euro 4 variety has been reduced by 72 rupees per litre to a new price of 386 rupees. Octane 95 petrol has been reduced by 7 rupees per litre to a new price of 440 rupees. Lanka kerosene oil has been reduced by 12 rupees per litre to 245 rupees. Prices of Octane 92 petrol and Lanka auto diesel remain unchanged. Service charges of the oil refinery are included for auto diesel, petrol 92 and kerosene oil. VAT is added to the petroleum products manufactured at the oil refinery since this January. Therefore, profits or loss of the refinery is counted when deciding the new fuel prices. The Ceylon Petroleum Corporation says that super diesel and octane 95 petrol are not manufactured in the refinery. According to the price formula, the corporation can only maintain a maximum 4% profit. Accordingly, this maximum profit is not included on 92 petrol and Lanka auto diesel in the price revision of this month. If the 4% maximum profit was counted, the prices of octane 92 petrol and Lanka auto diesel would be increased. The Ceylon Petroleum Corporation says that, however, maximum 4% profit dividend is considered over the price revision of Lanka super diesel and octane 95 petrol. No profit is added for kerosene oil. The new price formula has been prepared considering the median value of the amount of US dollars paid during the last month for fuel imports. The Ceylon Petroleum Corporation further said that according to the new price formula, there must be a profit in each fuel category to decrease the prices. Chairman of the Lanka Private Bus Owners Association, Gamana Vijayratna, says that although the fuel prices were revised, according to the prevailing national policy, bus fares cannot be reduced. Chairman of the Lanka Private Bus Owners Association, Gamana Vijayratna, says that the national policy on bus fares will be reviewed at the end of April this year. Accordingly, a price revision should be conducted in July. If the dollar value goes down and prices of other items go down, a certain relief can be given to the passengers. The Colombo District Court has issued an injunction order today preventing the eviction of Mahinda Amaravira, Duminda Disanayake and Lasantha Alagiyawana from the designations of the SLFP they hold. The order has been issued considering several others have been cited as the respondents of this petition. The respondents have been noticed to clarify this matter before the courts. The petitioners have informed the district courts that the SLFP Executive Committee and Working Committee's decision taken to evict them from their posts without any disciplinary action is against the law, and they request the courts to quash this decision. The media briefing in this connection was held at the SLFP headquarters in Dali Road today. Parliamentarian Duminda Disanayake said that the SLFP is going down day by day. The number of SLFP MPs are decreasing rapidly. Therefore, this legal action was taken to prevent the party going into decline. Therefore, we request all party members to come forward to safeguard the party. He further said that they are committed to protect the SLFP and take maximum measures to save the party.
නැත්නම් මේක කොටවන්න මේක විනාශ කරන්න කවුරු උත්සාහ කරනවා නම් අපි සියලු දෙනාට විල්ලීමක් කරන පළමුවන වතාවට මේ වැඩේ දැන් නැවැත්විය යුතුයි. අද ඉඳන්වත් මේ වැඩේ නැවැත්වුවේ නැත්නම් ශ්‍රී ලංකා නිදහස් පක්ෂයේ රැක් ගැනීම වෙනුවෙන් ගත හැකි උපරිම ක්‍රියාමාර්ග ගන්න අපි සූදානම්. ඒක බලන් හිටිය ඇති කියලා.
State Minister Lasanthala Gewana said that these legal actions are taken not to celebrate private victories for us but to save the party. All members therefore should act in a responsible manner.
Parliamentarian Vimal Weerawansa has been acquitted from the case filed against him at the Negombo Magistrates Court under the Immigration and Emigration Act. Well, this decision was taken at court when this case was summoned for consideration today. When the defendant Vimal Weerawansa went to the Katnag airport on 23rd of October 2015 to go abroad, he was stopped by the officials of the immigration officials saying that his passport is not valid. Later, Vimal Weerawansa had produced the passport before the Department of Immigration and Immigration and got a new valid passport and produced before the airport counter. At that time, he was arrested by the officials. The lawyers appearing for the defendant said that if producing an invalid passport is a criminal offence, he should have been arrested at the first instance. Then it was revealed that using the information of an invalid passport, a valid passport can be prepared to go abroad. On the other hand, the immigration officials admitted that the expired passport was not a fake one or prepared under false information. In addition, the case against Vimal Weerawansa has been filed by an ASP. It was also revealed that an ASP cannot file a case under the clauses of the Immigration and Immigration Act. Considering all these facts, the Negombo magistrate declared him not guilty and acquitted him from the case. Parliamentarian Vimal Weerawansa says that under the good governance regime, there was an anti-corruption committee headed by Anura Disanayake. Anti-corruption committee mediated in this incident and filed a case before courts in an unreasonable manner. They had also published in this recent incident that Vimal Weerawansa attempted to go abroad using a fake passport. However, the courts decided today to dismiss the case filed under fake charges.
State Finance Minister Shehan Semasinghe emphasized the significant progress made under the leadership of President Ranil Wickremesinghe, affirming his capability to tackle the country's economic crisis effectively. Stressing the necessity of President Wickremesinghe's continued leadership, Semasinghe cautioned against the misconception that anyone could manage the country's affairs, highlighting this unique expertise and sustainability of President Wickremesinghe for the task. These statements were made by the State Minister during a press briefing held at the Presidential Media Centre today, focusing on the theme Collective Path to a Stable Country. State Minister Shehan Semasinghe said that following the call for applications for the Aswasuma second phase, authorities anticipate receiving around 400,000 submissions. This will complete the provision of insurance for 2.4 million beneficiaries. However, it is important to note that a revolution survey will be carried out for the 3.4 million individuals who applied during the first settlement since last May. Additionally, a comprehensive survey is underway for the newly submitted 400,000 applications. These efforts are aimed at enhancing the selection process to ensure that the subsidy reaches the appropriate recipients. He said that the government also aims to conduct a post-selection survey on the 2.4 million Aswasuma beneficiaries. This survey will focus on understanding how they utilize the funds.
Parliamentarian Patali Champika Ranavika says that the Inland Revenue Department has not charged a sum of taxes amounting to 100 billion rupees. He said this while presenting a report of the Committee of Ways and Means in Parliament today. Well, Parliamentarian Patali Champika Ranavika says that he presents the taxes pertaining to the several commodities imported to the country. In importing big onions in the year 2023, a kilo of big onion cost 92 rupees with all expenses and taxes per kilo to import up to the harbour. A kilo of big onion has been sold at 365 rupees per kilo in Orugodawatta. In Nipe, the same item has been sold at wholesale price of 500 rupees per kilo. At retail shops, the big onion was sold at 700 rupees per kilo. Accordingly, a huge sum of importer profit amounting to 80 billion rupees has been earned. This huge profit was earned by several businessmen. In import of potatoes, about 15 billion improper profit has been made. By importing sprats, 18 billion rupees of profit was earned. The government should verify whether these businessmen paid the relevant taxes to the Inland Revenue Department properly. The permanent and also the parliament should focus its attention to this matter, he says.
සියලුම අදාළ ආයතන මේ රටේ ජනතාව වෙනුවෙන් මේ කරන මංකොල්ල වැළැක්වීමට අපි ඒකාබද්ධව කටයුතු කළ යුතු වෙනවා. අද දිනේදී ආයුර්වේද සංග්‍රහය
Minister Dr. Ramesh Patirana says that a code of Ayurvedic medicine is presented today and another code of Ayurvedic medicine is to be presented in future. Parliamentarian Vijay Herat says that there is a lengthy dialogue regarding cultivation of cannabis as an indigenous medicine. This is very dangerous and also handled with care without proper regulatory system. Allowing cannabis cultivation may become a racket. Parliamentarian Kavinda Javardhana says that a parliamentarian in the House says that he knows this mastermind of this matter. Parliamentarian Hector Puhami says that a member of the parliament and a responsible leader, he should reveal the truth to the Supreme House.
Sundara Nuwareliya Salalihini Vasantaya begins today. It will be held until the 25th of this month, and this has been organised for the 22nd occasion, and the official media sponsor for this year is the national television as well.
Nuwareliya Salalihini Vasantaya Spring Fest 2024 Sri Lanka Insurance Life Samaga.
This event started at the Nuwareliya Public Fair premises under the patronage of Governor of the Central Province, Lalith Yugamage, and with the participation of many invitees. Many events have been organised at this fair for the entertainment of local and foreign tourists, and Nuwareliya Municipal Council, police, business community and many other parties extend their support to make this event a success. Municipal Commissioner Sujiva Bodhimana said that Nuwareliya Municipal Council annually organised this event in a grand manner.
වර්ෂ 2024 වූ අප්‍රේල් මාස පළමු වන දින ආරම්භ කළ බව මෙසේ නිල වශයෙන් ප්‍රකාශයට පත් කරමි.
Governor of the Central Province, Lalith Yugamage, said that during the past 4 years, this event cannot be held in successful manner due to COVID pandemic and economic crisis. The President expects to develop this town as a green city.
ආර්ථික ප්‍රශ්න ඉතින් හරිත නගරයක් හැටියට මෙය සංවර්ධනය කිරීම තමයි කරු ජනාධිපතිතුමා ඇතුළු රජයේ බලාපොරොත්තුව. පුරා අවුරුදු 22ක් මෙම කර්තව්‍ය ජාතික නාලිකාව හැටියට ශ්‍රී ලංකාවාසී ජනතාව වෙනුවෙන්
Deputy Director General Engineering of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation, Kapila Dasanayaka, said that the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation, as the national channel, has been sponsoring this event for over 22 years.
Spring Fest 2024 Sri Lanka Insurance Life Samaga April Samvidhanaya Nuwareliya Mahanagara Sabhawa Madhya Anugrahaya Jatika Rupavahiniya.
The government of Sri Lanka donated $1 million to assist children impacted by the conflicts in the Gaza Strip. The donation was formally transferred to the government of Palestine through the United Nations official channel overseen by President Ranil Wickremesinghe at the Presidential Secretariat this morning. President Ranil Wickremesinghe personally presented the donation check to the Palestinian ambassador in Sri Lanka, Zohair M.H. Zaid. The contribution adds to the growing support of the Children of Gaza Fund, initiated by President Ranil Wickremesinghe to provide aid to affected children in the Gaza Strip. In response to the President's call to allocate funds from ministries and government institutions for this cause, the initial $1 million donated to the fund has been transferred to the Palestinian government in the first phase. Furthermore, in response to the President's call to support the Children of Gaza Fund, over over 20 million rupees has been contributed. These funds are scheduled to be formally transferred to the Palestinian government in the coming days. Donors are encouraged to participate in this initiative before the deadline 30th April 2024. Contributions can be made by depositing donations at the Bank of Ceylon account number given.
In the meantime, Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena says that he is the person who was most criticised in providing teaching appointments to Sunday school teachers. He said a cabinet paper was presented to provide teaching appointments to 1,000 Sunday school teachers who have passed the final Dharmacharya exam. He made these remarks at a ceremony held in Maharagama National Youth Services Auditorium yesterday, organised to felicitate Sunday school teachers of the Homagama. Addressing the gathering, Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena said that the young generation is vulnerable to various social crimes and Dhamma education is the only way to save them from the wrong ways.
The Colombo Municipal Council today started a program to approve building plans for new constructions online. This program was launched at the Colombo Municipal Council premises under the patronage of President's Senior Advisor on National Defence and Chief of the Presidential Staff, Sagala Ratnayaka. Well, this has been named as OPAC CMC system. Residents living in the municipality area are able to obtain application forms for registration of new land premises under this system. Further details are available at the website www.colombo.mc.gov.lk. President's Senior Advisor on National Defence and Chief of Presidential Staff, Sagala Ratnayaka, says that the price hike has severely affected general public. Even the public servants have received a slight increase of the salary. Not only the poor but also the middle class people live in much difficulty. According to the President's vision, we have to work hard to overcome this situation. That is why the government is conducting the necessary reforms at present, he says.
A program to cultivate seed big onions under the smart agriculture has been implemented in the Mahaweli zones at present. Sri Lanka Mahaweli Authority provides financial facilities under the Mahaweli Water Safety Investment Program. Seed big onions cultivation has started in Mahaweli, B, C, D, G, H and Huruluvava zones. Asian Development Bank has granted funds for this program to increase productivity of agricultural produce. Agricultural section of the Sri Lanka Mahaweli Authority provides the required technical facilities for the program. Under this, 750 kilo of seed big onions have been prepared and distributed among nearly 1,000 farmers. 150 rain cover units that's needed for seed big onion production have also been distributed among farmers. Water drip system is used for seed big onions cultivation. These farmers will produce 2,000 seed big onions, sufficient for 330 hectares of cultivation. 8,300 metric tons of harvest is expected from this cultivation.
DLB, or the Development Lotteries Board, distributed relevant checks for 46 lottery winners today at a ceremony held at the main auditorium of the board. Well, these winning checks are valued at 2.5 million, 2 million and 1 million rupees, and there were 7 winners of 2.5 million rupees, 23 winners of 2 million rupees and 13 winners of 1 million rupees. In addition, 3 super lottery winners were also provided with checks. Chairman of the Development Lotteries Board, Ajit Naragala, and several top officials were present at this occasion. Well, that's news at home. We'll take a short break and we'll be back with international stories shortly. Welcome back to the news and moving on to news overseas into the Gaza Strip. Well, thousands of Israelis have marched in Jerusalem calling for increased efforts to free captives held in Gaza and the removal of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Well, yesterday evening's demonstrators blocked a main city highway after rallying in front of the Israeli parliament, lighting fires and waving national flag. They claimed that the protest was biggest since the war in Gaza broke out in October. Pressure has been growing on Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu as the opponents of his right-wing government have found the common cause with families of hundreds of more captives still held by the Palestinian group Hamas in Gaza.
The Mexican media reports the bodies of 8 Chinese nationals have been found on a beach in a Mexican state after their boat capsized. The bodies were found last Friday along a route used by illegal migrants trying to reach the United States. 7 women and a man were on board a boat operated by a Mexican that set off from Chiapas state on the border with Guatemala last week. The prosecutor's office in Oaxaca said that the bodies were found near a beach in the town of Playa Vicente. The officials are still investigating the cause of the accident and working with the Chinese embassy in Mexico to identify the victims. The country's government has come under increased pressure from the U.S. to fight the flow as illegal immigration takes center stage in the upcoming U.S. presidential election campaign.
Welcome back, and we are now moving on to the sports news. Well, today is the 3rd day of the second test between Sri Lanka and Bangladesh, and at the end of the day, Sri Lanka won 102 for 6 wickets. In the second innings, however, Sri Lanka is ahead of 455 runs. At the opening of the day, Bangladesh were 55 runs for 1 wicket in the first innings. Bangladesh scored only 178 for the first innings. Sakir Hassan scored 54. Asita Fernando claimed 4 wickets at the end of the day. Angelo Matthews scored 39 not out, and also Sri Lanka scored 531 in the first innings.
Australia won the Under-19 Women's T20 Tri-Nation Series cricket tournament match against Sri Lanka today by 7 wickets. The tournament is being played at the Suryavava Mahinda Rajapaksa grounds in Hambantota. Batting first, Sri Lanka scored 132 runs for 7 wickets in their 20 overs. Sanjana Kavindi scored 39 runs. In reply, Australia won the match. In the last ball of the match, they scored 133 runs for 3 wickets. Lucy Hamilton scored 56 not out.
By Lucy Hamilton. Wasn't she brilliant? She played some very...
And on that note, it's time to end the news. Do enjoy the rest of the programs together with Sherifa. This is Clifford, wishing you